Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it.
Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a fun little Valentine's project because it's right around the corner. So I'm going to take some bits and baubles. We're going to try to paint these flowers that I took off of another wreath. I'll have to go out and get a little bit of fabric softener because we learned with our Santa project that works really well. And we'll let them dry. And I want to create the poof kind of style. And I'm going to use these pins to get them to stick into the grapevine. And then I've got this off that same wreath that I disassembled. So we'll hot glue with our Ryobi glue sticks. But we're going to start by making our flowers the color we want it to be. So I'm going to get them cleaned up. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some gold paint on there. But I do need to go get a smidgen of fabric softener so that they stay pliable and they don't end up cracking. I just remove all of the leaves, right? So we have a pile of leaves. We have some white. It's kind of almost creamy, not pure white. And that'll play off of this real pretty sheer bow that I received on a gift, and I was like, let me reuse that. That's really pretty. So let me go get some softener, and then we'll start painting our flowers. All right, have a lot to do. Let's get to it. All right, so I've got my softener. I'm going to add a good hunk of gold paint. I went twice the amount that I put in for of the softener. Now I'm going to take one of my handy dandy sticks that I cut off flowers. I'm going to give it a good mix. Don't think I'm going to need to add water because this is pretty thin somehow, some way, somewhere along the line. And actually what I'm going to do, didn't remember till now, but remember what we did before. We put a lid on it and we shook it to try to incorporate the softener with all the paint. Yeah, there it goes. All right, and I've got a piece of plastic. It's actually from one of those diamond arts. It's going to get a second little life here. All right. There we go. This one will need to be glued back together, but I still think I'm going to get a smaller brush just so that I can get down into the nooks and crannies. So just something like this. And I'm just going to paint my leaves. All right, working on the last one. Looks like we mixed up just enough paint. Not sure if we'll use all 6 of these or not, but we had the flower out and we had the paint. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Make a real pretty package topper if we don't use it on this wreath, right? So I'm just smearing it all around. It's quite messy, but sometimes creating stuff is messy. All right, so then I'm just going to look in here. I'm just going to go and right. So after I got these in the little cups, my husband came in. He's like, "Oh, they need some sparkle." I'm like, no problem. I have glitter. I always love using glitter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set them in this little plastic bin right here and let them dry completely so that I can put the red mesh on my base. I feel almost dry, which is a good thing. All right, so we'll just set this over to the side and we'll gently pick up this plastic. And then wipe up a little bit of glitter we have here. And we may or may not use this little piece here. But what we're going to work on now is this and this. And we're going to use these to attach this to this. So these are just greening pins that I found at a floral store. Don't need them a lot, but when you need them, you need them. And for this, I want to use these. So what I'm going to do, give myself a little runway here. I'm going to, this is a roll that I cut, so I'm going to actually just roll it in on itself so that the cut edge doesn't want to ravel too horribly on me. And I'm going to create a little tail here. Hopefully these aren't too long. These might just be too long. What do you know? All right, back up and punt. All right, if I can't use these because the base isn't big enough, plan B. I'll use some pipe cleaners, chenille stems, whatever you call it in your area. So a little more red. Okay, this should be more than enough. So what we'll do is we will cut these in half. Let's just make sure. Okay, I think that half will be fine. 9, 10. 10 will make 20 pieces. I'm pretty sure that'll be enough. All right, we got our deco mesh put on the base. I fluffed it out a little bit, but I didn't go like all the way open it up because I want to keep the red pretty intense. So I think I want to add some of these, but not a lot. So maybe just 3 up the side or something. Maybe even 2. Let's see what we got here. All right, these are still a little damp, so I'm going to give them a little bit more time to dry and not rush them. But you can see they're going to be really super pretty. We're just going to fill out this wreath. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1 right there. All right, let's let them dry all the way. And then we'll add those and then put some leaves behind them. And then the finishing touch of some of this. And we may need to trim it. It might be a little too long. And that's okay if it is. We'll trim it if we need to. And then put the bow on. I might work on this bow just a little bit, make the loops a little bit smaller. Use the same kind of concept here, but make them the loops a little bit smaller. So, all right, let's let it dry. Right, it's always drying time. Well, let's let our roses dry. Look how pretty they are, though. Look at that. Okay, we'll let them dry, and then we'll be able to move on to the next step. I think this is going to be super cute. Okay. While I'm waiting on all that to dry, I disassembled my bow, and I am going to create a bow that would be the right size for this pretty little heart wreath. All right. Pull all of our tails down. I'm holding this in the center just to keep it in place. And we'll either put it down here or up here. We'll see where it looks best once we get all the... I'm leaving these long because that's how I will attach it to the base. I'll literally just tie it around. But we'll figure out where we want it to go once we glue our roses on. But they are still drying. All right. Whew. Progress. All right, our flowers are dry and we're putting them on there. I think I'm going to go with the bow at the top. And these are looking really nice. And they're still soft. Look at that. All right. Oh, that one's a little damp still. How about that? Well, I must have glopped that one good. Still going to glue it on there though. I want this one up here. And we're going to go ahead and push this down. Try to help it sit on the wreath. Okay. Let's see if this will take up that whole space. Yep, that'll take up that whole space. All right, so now we're going to tie our bow on. All right, just to help it stay in place. Okay, look at that. That's kind of looking pretty there, y'all. All right, whenever you use glitter, you always get it all over the place. All right, so now I want to put in, need another glue stick. Let's go over here and reattach this one. Wow. How about that? Let's see what that looks like. All right, there we are. How about that? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting. I'll go hang it on the door so you can get an idea of what it looks like hanging up. It's really quite pretty. How about that? Some bits and some baubles.